Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Wednesday, March 25th. As the NFL owners' meetings move along out in Arizona, Chip Kelly talking to the media this morning. NFL owners' coaches breakfast out there. The Philadelphia-based meeting, including our own Elliott Shore Parks, crowded around the table waiting for Chip Kelly to speak this morning. Throughout the entire day, we'll hear the quotes, the sound bites. We'll know exactly what Chip Kelly had to say in his mandatory one-hour session with the Philadelphia-based media. But you know what? Chip Kelly here, he's already done so much this offseason that anything he says today will just further add to the fact that he has become the most interesting man in the National Football League. Yes, more interesting than Bill Belichick, more interesting than Pete Carroll, more interesting than half the players in the league. Chip Kelly really is not even just football, maybe the most interesting man in sports right now, because he's trying to revolutionize what so many people did for so many years, trying to put his stamp on it. And really, with the Philadelphia Eagles taking an organization that had so much success, sustained success for so many years under Andy Reid and Howie Roseman. And when Jeff Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, spoke on Tuesday, he spoke about allowing Chip Kelly to put his vision on this roster now heading into his third year. And when they made the decision, the organizational decision, to move Howie Roseman out of the player personnel decision-making role and give Chip Kelly full power there, Lurie spoke to the fact that they have different visions of how to build a roster. And you go back to Howie Roseman, who was raised under Joe Banner and Andy Reid, and they built so many excellent rosters. Not great, not Super Bowl rosters, but very, very good rosters that were good football teams for a long time. You could even go to the last 2 years where Chip didn't even have full power. He coached the team well. They won 20 football games in 2 years with Howie Roseman's vision. So there's no doubt that Howie Roseman and the people the Eagles had before Chip Kelly arrived knew what they were doing, knew how to build a football team, knew how to build a pretty good football team. But Chip Kelly here convinced his owner. Chip Kelly has convinced a fan base that he knows how to do it better. Everything he says, football fans, particularly Eagles fans, hang on his every word. Everything he does, we wait for the next shoe to drop. And even yesterday, taking in a spring training game with a woman who may or may not be his girlfriend, caused a big stir on social media. Chip Kelly has become someone we all want to know what he's doing, what he's thinking, and why he's doing it. So every time you hear a soundbite about Sam Bradford, every time you hear a soundbite about LaShawn McCoy, it kind of rattles your brain. It says, really, is this happening? Is this what Chip Kelly thinks? And for a football coach that has been very successful at the University of Oregon and now with the Eagles doing it his way, now the really fun part begins to see if he could do it totally his way in the National Football League and win a championship. If he does, he will continue to be the most interesting man in the National Football League. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports.